Thanks a lot, Magdalena, and welcome to Breakfast on Wednesday morning. As you can see, not a brilliant day today in Darwin, which is a bit of a shame because their population increased by 200. The first contingent of 200 US Marines arriving there late last night. Dr. Adam Lockyer is a lecturer in US politics and foreign policy at the US Studies Centre, University of Sydney, and joins us to talk about this now. Adam, thanks for your time this morning. Essentially, there are two reasons for these close ties, political and operational. From a political perspective, first of all, how much of this is the fear of the growing strength of China?
In large part, it's about the growing strength of China, but not just China, the wider region as well. So it's not just China that's growing in military strength. The entire region is increasing in the military. So for the very first time last year, Asia outspent Europe in military spending. So the United States' pivot towards Asia has a lot to do with a response to that.
So from the United States' point of view, what they're doing is, one, setting up a strategic base here, but perhaps more importantly, they are cementing their relationship with us.
Exactly right. So it's about building interoperability between the Australian military and the United States as well, at the operational level, so they can work effectively together in the wider region.
Right. Economically, a lot of our future is dependent on the strength of Asia, the strength of China. Are we potentially sending a dodgy message to the Chinese?
I think it's the opposite, that we're sending a clearer message that if there was ever increasing friction between the United States and China, the Chinese might think, well, which side are you actually going to take? Because you are so economically dependent upon us these days. By cementing our relationship, our military relationship with the United States, we're getting rid of a lot of the ambiguity in the relationship. So we're making it very clear that economically we have closer ties with China, but our security is still dependent upon the United States.
And the Chinese are going to be quite happy with that?
I guess they have mixed feelings about that, but I guess like in all relationships, interpersonal relationships, but also in international relations, misunderstandings is where a lot of conflict comes from. So by clarifying...
it is absolutely sending a clear message, but I suppose what I'm saying is things change. The side of your bread that is buttered maybe isn't the same side this year that it was a couple of decades ago. Now, a couple of decades ago, China wasn't of any importance to us at all. It's now, perhaps, the most significant part of our economic future. Should we be thinking about forming closer military ties with them?
I'm not sure about... well, yes, so we need to reach out to China, the Chinese, and to maybe increase the dialogue and the military training between Australia and China, so there is no misunderstandings. It's complete transparency about what our military can do and what's prepared to do, and also what their intentions are in the region as well.
From an operational point of view, which is the other consideration, is there much for us to benefit there?
Oh, there's a great deal. So the unit that the US Marines are going to be working with, their training over the next coming decades is going to be focused upon expeditionary and amphibious operations, which is a part of the Australian military which hasn't had much experience in doing.
So it's a good way of upskilling.
Oh, exactly right. And this is the US Marines' day job. This is what they do well.
And just very quickly, from a social point of view, are we about to create a whole new generation of Australian Americans? Because obviously these people are going to come here, and there's going to be some breeding going on.
Oh, yes, and I guess, you know, we can go up in Darwin in a few years' time and see if they speak with American accents, but I probably doubt it. I think, if anything, the US Marines will come away with more of an Australian slang.
All right, Adam, thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Adam Lockyer there.